Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the place for brands and business owners who are looking to get more return from their social media and plan for the future of their marketing. I'm Sarah, Chief Creative at 11 Lights Media, a video-first content creation and social media agency. Today, I want to share with you 5 LinkedIn profile tips to help you optimize your LinkedIn profile to make working with you a whole lot easier for your ideal client, and also to help you grow on that platform so that the pool that you have to draw from when building up your client base is larger. One of the reasons that I wanted to create this video for you is because my video all about cold messaging on LinkedIn went viral about 2 years ago, and ever since then I've been asked numerous times to make more videos on LinkedIn. So that's what I'm doing today for you. The second reason that I wanted to create this is that I was reading an article put out by the senior product manager at LinkedIn. And in that article, she stated that 50% of member follows come from profile visits. And I don't know about you, but even when I'm relatively inactive on that platform, I still get a ton of profile visits. And to know that passively I'm building out my community simply because my profile is optimized gives me peace of mind and makes me excited about being on the LinkedIn platform. And I really hope that it does for you as well. So let's dive into my tips for optimizing your profile on LinkedIn, and be sure to stick around to the end because I actually have a bonus tip for everyone that does. Essentially with these tips, I'm going to go top down on the profile. So even if you struggle to follow along with the screenshots that we put up, you'll be able to go through it in order if you open up your profile on LinkedIn, and you'll be able to follow through it in a logical manner. So my first tip for you today is to look at your header and to treat it a bit like a billboard. If someone is going to go to your profile, regardless of whether it's on desktop or mobile, it's a massive advertising space for you and for what you do. I've seen some really great headers in my time, and I want to show you just a few so that you can understand how valuable that they can be for you and your business. So Shay Rowbottom has a really great header on her LinkedIn profile, which you kind of hope because she's a LinkedIn expert. So you can see here that she's used it to the full potential. So she's got who she is, she's got what she does, and she even has a call to action in her header. This is really smart use of the space that she's been given. Another overlooked element here is the use of a photo in the profile header. So yes, all of us typically have our photo on our profile avatar, but you can see here that Shay's used it in the header as well, which makes the profile feel a little bit more warm and inviting and welcoming. So it's simply psychological and would be a really nice added touch if you did it yourself, instead of keeping it fairly billboardy and fairly impersonal. My next example for you, full disclosure, at the time of recording this, is a client of ours, and it's Justin Hogg. So you can see here on his header that it clearly explains who RightSource is, what they do, and who they serve. So you can see clearly straight away as an ideal client if he is for you or not. And last but not least, I'll give you a little sneaky peek into my profile header here, and it's got who we are, what we do, as well as a call to action. So this is great LinkedIn real estate, and I want you to make sure that you don't waste that opportunity. My second tip for you as we go down the page is to turn on creator mode. Now, this is a little bit meaty, this section, because we're not talking about business pages in this video today. We're talking about personal profiles, because ideally at some level you are running a personal brand. So creator mode is ideal for those of you who are putting out content with your face on it and who want to be found through your content. Creator mode has many benefits, and I have another video coming next week that will talk through all of this, so make sure you stick around for that video. But essentially, creator mode in a nutshell turns your connect button to a follow button and allows you to build a community rather than having to field unnecessary connections all the dang time. You can still connect, and the connect button still exists, as you can see, but the follow button is more prominent and public facing, and allows for people to follow along without that commitment of connecting. Because sometimes, you know, we don't actually want to connect with someone yet, we just want to follow along with them to see if they're for us. You're also able to now showcase content as featured posts. So this is a really great way of taking your community on a journey of who you are and what you do. And I've seen featured posts anywhere from who am I to services that we provide through to people's most engaged with content. It's also a really great social proofing tool. So hear me out on this. If you are featured in the media or you have images with well-known public figures, then you're going to want to feature that content in this particular section. The sky is really the limit for featured posts. So if you have an objective and a goal that you are trying to reach, apply that to this section and then put the relevant content into that, and you will find that it will work wonders for you because your ideal client is now seeing the very things that you want them to see when they come to your profile. Another function of creator mode is that it actually allows you to put hashtags in your profile area. So this is a really easy, visible way for people to understand who you are and what you do at a glance. Using these hashtags tells an immediate story about you and your business. So for example, on my profile, my hashtags are video production, content strategy, content creation, social media marketing, and so forth. It's just another way for people to understand what you do, who you are, and who you serve. If you're looking for it in your profile, it's actually one of the first prompts when you turn creator mode on. So just in case you can't find it, that's where it will be. And last but not least, creator mode helps you to be searchable and discoverable on LinkedIn. So essentially, this is really, really good for you if you don't have a really well-established presence on LinkedIn yet. And it allows you to show up in front of your ideal client simply because you've used the words that they're searching for. And the cool thing is that you can actually see that because when you turn on creator mode, you get a whole new set of analytics that you don't normally have access to. Okay, so my tip number 3 is that you want to add your niche, ideal client, and what you do into your profile headline. So if you can do that, again, it's just an easier way for your ideal client to know who you are and what you do and to really establish if you're worth connecting with. To find the headline section, I want you to click on the pencil in the top right corner of your header area and then scroll down to the headline section. Here's where you can add in your niche, who you help, and what you do. Here are some great examples of people who are clear about who they are and who they serve in this section. So my good friend Victoria Taylor has a great headline, which you can see. It's clear that she serves the hospitality and the luxury brands, and that the way she serves them is through experience design and experience consultation. It's concise, it's easy to understand, and for her ideal client, it's very easy to see how she can serve them. Another great headline is Sarah Kennedy, who's actually a voiceover artist. So you can see clearly here what she does and who she does it for, allowing agencies and brands to know if they're in the right place for her type of services. So as you can see, don't just be the director of something or putting your actual position in there. Be really clear and make it really, really easy. Don't put too many things in here either, which is a mistake that I see a lot of people make. They're a crypto investor and an entrepreneur and a director of this, and they have 15 businesses. No one wants to see that because it's not clear and it's not easy to understand what you do. And my 4th tip for you is your about section. Now, we're not going to go into the whole about section in this tip. It's just the very top of that section. I want you to put a call to action. And the reason for this is that if the person is visiting your profile, the chances are that they're going to read through the entire about section is very, very slim. But if they're curious or keen to work with you and you have a call to action in that top line of your about section, it's always visible and they're able to copy and paste it into their desktop and they're able to easily work with you or easily download a white paper or whatever you have available for them to be able to connect with you more deeply. Don't sleep on this tip either. It's really good for the super curious and the super keen because the curious will click through, and if you have retargeting set up on your website, you now have them in your sweet little grasp. And for the super keen, you've now made it really easy to enlist them into your community through your download or newsletter or simply to work with you. And tip number 5 is to grow your recommendations down the bottom. So social proof is always a great tool in your endeavor to win new business. And the best way of doing this is simply to start giving recommendations. Try giving 5 or 10 a week to people that you've worked with, people that you've serviced before, people that have helped you in some way. It's a really great way to start that cycle of reciprocity. And I know that it can feel manipulative or that you're trying to give just to get, but it's not that. Oftentimes people don't just naturally give testimonials. You've actually got to prompt them or ask for them. And for a lot of us, asking for testimonials can feel uncomfortable. So the easiest way to trigger that motion is to simply start giving recommendations yourself. Okay, and my bonus tip for those of you who have stayed through this whole video, bless you, is to use the audio and the video functionality available to you in the profile avatar section. So with the audio section, there's actually a place for you just under your profile photo where you can record up to 10 seconds of audio. Now, this is usually to help people pronounce your name. So if they're going to reach out to you, they actually say your name correctly. However, a lot of you probably have an easy name like me. So I would use that to pronounce your name and then give a call to action or a deeper description of who you are and what you do. It's a really great way to deepen trust simply because somebody hears your voice and hears the energy behind that voice. Now, the second part of this is to use the video functionality in your profile photo section as well. You can actually record up to 29 seconds of video in that. You can only do it on the mobile app though. So that tells me that LinkedIn's wanting you to make this very real and raw and authentic and not have something super highly polished, which is our inclination when we're on LinkedIn, right? So I would suggest just grabbing your mobile app, introducing yourself, and then tell people about what you've got going on. And the great thing here is really you can update this whenever you want. And when you have a video there, it puts a ring around your avatar photo so that people know that they can actually watch you. It's a really great way just to deepen that trust and just to show people your personality, right? And take it from being that sterile business platform to being something where you can actually build relationship. Okay, so just to recap, for the profile tips you need for your LinkedIn profile, we want to treat our header like a billboard. We want to turn our creator mode on to give us greater functionality and greater discoverability. We want to put our call to action as the first thing in our about section. We want to give recommendations to begin the cycle of receiving them. And then we want to use the audio and video capabilities available to us in our profile section to help people connect with us further. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, I recommend you download the content roadmap that I have available for you in the description below. I would suggest picking it up as soon as possible because I'm actually getting rid of that very, very soon. So if you find this video a little bit later on, you may find that there's a different little freebie down there for you. Don't panic. Everything I put out is always high quality and always of the utmost value that I can give to you. So make sure you grab that in the description below. Give this video a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, because as I said earlier, next week I'm putting out a video all about the creator mode and how you can use that to its full potential to help you on LinkedIn. Anyway, guys, that's it from me this week, and I will see you on the socials. Bye-bye.